Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaReal, and we are here with some NBA 2K Mobile. In today's video, we will be discussing a lot of topics, right? First and foremost, we officially found out what the rewards are going to be for domination, along with fantasy finals. So that was a nice little treat by NBA 2K Mobile. I definitely appreciate that, especially as a content creator. I'm able to give you guys the news as soon as possible. So with domination, the players that were announced are going to be, I'm going to show you them on the screen, Amethyst Hakeem Olajuwon, Onyx Tim Duncan, which is pretty incredible, and Diamond Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't know how crazy that can be, but that is one of the best centers in the game. We already got Wilt, so now to be able to get Kareem, that means your teams are going to be pretty nice. And I'm going to get into that too. We're going to talk about domination, some strategies, but I'm also going to give you some advice on balancing your teams, right? Then for fantasy finals, the rewards that are available are going to be Amethyst Larry Bird, Onyx Bill Russell, so another great center. I know a lot of people preferred it would have been Magic Johnson, but I kind of had a feeling Magic Johnson was going to be a set exclusive item, mainly due to the fact that his card artwork was a little bit different than the other cards, right? If anything, it was the same as the Diamond Goats, as you can see here. And then last but not least, the final reward for fantasy finals is going to be Diamond LeBron James, right? Incredible. That's going to be so good to have on your squad. And it really led me to the point where now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my team, right? So people usually ask me what it is for domination. And I normally tell them it's one of the hardest events to plan for. And I really mean that. But this time around, I'm going to explain why. So with domination, it's very important that you need to have 3 teams that are balanced, right? And when I say that, I'm going to break down exactly what that means, because I think there's a misunderstanding in the community about what that truly means, and I want to clear that up. So your first squad, right, should be the same squad that your Mind Team Power represents. So if your Mind Team Power is 12,839, and I'm using that example because it's mine, then that's what your team should be. Now, obviously, if you take off your mentors, it'll be a little bit lower, but that's only going to save you a couple hundred points, right? So your second team should be the squad that you want to upgrade in order to not pass your Mind Team Power. And the same thing applies for your third team. Now, if you look at my squad, there's a reason why it's set up the way it is. Something that is very underrated in this game are the abilities of the theme cards. I think everyone understands how they work, but sometimes it's a matter of being able to create the bonuses. But I think another thing that people are not realizing, especially with the GOAT theme, is you want to be able to spread out the abilities. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. So if you look at my main squad, most people will wonder, why don't I have Diamond Kobe Bryant in for my shooting guard? Right? Because if you upgrade Kobe, his power is going to be higher than Klay Thompson. What you don't realize, unless you have the player or you study the stats like myself, is that Bam Adebayo is a prime player. So I don't want to waste Kobe Bryant's prime player bonus when I already have Bam in my squad. And the reason why Bam is going to be great, I mean, giving myself time to prepare for domination, Bam Adebayo, right, if it was to max out his base stats, it will be about 19,300. Now with the prime player bonus, Bam could go up to 24,000. So you see that big difference there will really help out your squad. And if you add in things like having clutch time ability on one of your players, they get a power increase on Thursdays. So paying attention to the days is important too. You want to have players that ability kicks in on the days of the event. Now for my second squad, if you look, I balanced it out. Notice I don't have GOAT Magic Johnson or GOAT Will Chamberlain in my squad, but I do have Kobe. So prime players is set up there. On my third team, I have GOAT Magic Johnson. My weakest position is small forward, but the only reason why that's the case is because I have 2 small forward diamond players that I'm going to use to upgrade Kobe. That's the reason why. Right now, he's going to be on my 4th squad, which means I am not going to use any of my Onyx players right now to upgrade him. I want to focus my Onyx upgrades on Magic Johnson and LeBron James and Jason Kidd. All right, so now that I explained why the abilities matter, now I want to explain the differences when building out your team as well. Right, prime player is easy to understand. Now, another thing I want to point out is base power. So I'll give you a great example, right? We'll go into the collections, and I'm trying to go slow with this because I know it's a lot of information, but I really enjoy doing these videos because this is basically what I do on my free time. So I want to share this with everybody. So I'm going to give you an example, right? If you take a look at Playmaker's Magic Johnson, if you max him out, his base power will be about 23,000. Now, if you're able to get the team loyalty bonus, it will be 26,406. But check this out. That team loyalty bonus, it's not going to be that easy, because in order for it to activate, you will need to have a team that consists of Diamond Larry Bird and Onyx Pete Maravich, right? That would be like the ideal team to have in order to max him out. But that team is not going to be able to necessarily compete, because if Pete Maravich is your main shooting guard, you got people rocking with Diamond Jordan and Diamond Kobe Bryant. So you're going to have a spot there that's going to be an area of opportunity. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what about Oscar Robertson and LeBron in Stockton? You can't use them because they are the same positions as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. So now what you would want to do is, since that squad would be better for a second team, you can start using the first squad. And this is just examples. Doesn't mean you need to do this. I'm just trying to explain why abilities matter and also understanding the power of your players. If you look at Spring Trae Young, and this is somebody that a lot of people have because he was an event reward, his maximum power is 19,270, but with the prime player ability, which is so easy to set up, he just has to be the highest player in your squad, it will be 24,088. So you see, if you're building out a team, maybe Trae Young might be on a team higher than what you would use with your Magic Johnson, right? And that's assuming that Trae Young has the highest power on your team. So like, those are things you got to think about when building out your squad. Now, one of the main questions now is going to be, because GOAT LeBron is a reward, GOAT Kareem is a reward, what do you do, right? Because now you got all these GOAT players. This is a good opportunity to now start building multiple teams, right? And that's like the main reason why I wanted to figure this all out. So going into domination, make sure you balance out your 3 teams. Highest team will be your highest my team, and every other team, make sure it's not higher than that. That way, once you're in the event, you're gonna have 3 teams rocking, and then eventually, if you want to start upgrading your main squad, you can do that. Because if you start mixing and matching players, right? And I'll give you an example. If you go into your squads and say, well, Larry Bird is 19,000 power, how about I put LeBron here and put Larry Bird on my second team? You're going to bring down your team power of your main squad. So now your main squad is going to be competing against players who qualified for the same power as you did when you started the event. But the difference is now your team's power is a lot lower. So now you got to make up that difference, and then also make up the difference of all the teams after the event started, which means everybody went crazy doing upgrades. You see the point? You're going to be missing out on a lot, and you're going to be missing out on all your squads, because now you're trying to play catch up in the domination where you don't really have a lot of time to catch up, right? You got to get in an arena, and you got about a minute to do your upgrades. So think about it. So that's pretty much it. That's the video. I'm going to dive in more deeper into it. Eventually, I'll tell you, once the GOAT theme is over, I'll tell you what players you should start focusing on upgrading, when you start building out your team. And we'll come up with a list, right? We'll break down stats. I'll tie in the abilities like we did with this video, but I'll tell you exactly who are the heavy hitters in the game once you count everything, right? So again, appreciate all the support you guys have been showing on the video. I hope this helped out, right? Because again, this was just something I was working on for my own self, and I figured let me share it with the community and see if maybe if it'll work for some people. Again, it's not for everybody, but it's a strategy that can work. It's something I'm going to try out myself, and it basically works out with the concept of balancing out your teams. All right. So again, everybody, thank you. Please share this with anybody who's looking to learn how to build teams, how to go about the domination event, or just trying to get a general understanding of NBA 2K and how the themes and abilities work, and definitely like it and share it. All right. So again, thank you. Appreciate it. Peace out.